Good morning from London King's Cross, and what a morning it is. It is absolutely gorgeous here today. Lovely. But I'm not staying around for much longer. I am going up to Leeds and I'll be travelling with LNER on the Intercity 225 service in first class. So LNER, or at least the company that's now called LNER, have been replacing most of their high-speed trains with their Azuma service, which is a service I've travelled with last year and I really enjoyed it. I gave him a 9 out of 10. But they do also have a small handful of these old school Intercity 225 trains. These were first introduced to the railway in 1989, which makes them about 36 years old. And they are eventually going to be replaced, although it's going to be a couple of years. And so whilst they still exist, I thought I'd go have a ride with them in first class and see what it's all about. I'll be taking the 10:33 train, which is due to arrive in Leeds at 12:47, so that means a total scheduled duration of 2 hours and 14 minutes. And because I'm travelling in first class, I get to go into the first class lounge again, so let's go get a cup of tea. There seems to be some sort of sports match happening today, which people are excited for. Doing that intro took a while. Anyway, yes, so I'm going to head straight to the lounge. Also, because it's a morning train, the onboard catering will be breakfast. And I'm looking forward to seeing what complimentary food and drink they have this time. They do change their menu quite frequently, so it's not necessarily going to be the same menu as I had last time. I'm hoping it's substantial though, because I'm quite hungry. I do quite like this little meze area at King's Cross. There's some nice restaurants there which you can go to if you want to have some food before you go. And over there is the first class lounge. And then my train is this one here. I think I'm pointing the right one. Oh no, I'm not. This one here. 10:33 going to Leeds. Now you can also tell it's a 225 train because it just says it's operated by LNER, whereas all the other trains will say LNER Azuma. So although the first class lounge entrance is down there, you can also access it from this balcony thing as well. So you just come down this walkway and then just around the corner is where you can enter the lounge. And also a couple of shortbreads. We have original shortbread and lemon shortbread. Let's start with the original. That is so good. Now for the lemon one. It's not as good. The lemon is very subtle. Still nice. I was just expecting more lemon. There's even like cool little private pods. So you can sit here and get some work done. I mean, I don't have any work to do, but if I did, I could sit here. But anyway, it's time for me to leave this amazing lounge and board my train to Leeds. But before I do, I'd like to thank Trip.com for sponsoring this video. We all like a bargain, and Trip.com can save you money on your train tickets. Oh, thank you, automatic door. Lovely. Not only can you ensure you get the cheapest ticket for your journey through split ticketing, saving an average of 30%, but Trip.com also offers you additional discounts. Like right now, if you search UK 18 on the Trip.com homepage, you can get 5% off train tickets in the UK and Europe, plus 20% off rail cards. And you can also get up to 10% discount on hotels, car rentals and attractions. For example, if I was to book the train I'm about to travel on, but for next week, LNER would charge me £43.30 for a standard class ticket. But with Trip.com, not only has it split the ticket, which has saved me £4.70, I can also use that 5% discount to get me another £1.93 off. Total price to pay just £36.67, and that's a saving of £6.63, or about 15%. That's an absolute bargain. And you can even use your 5% discount on first class tickets, so you can travel like a queen without spending like one. And even better, there's no booking fees, unlike some other train booking apps. So make Trip.com part of your next journey. Download the Trip.com app by clicking the link in the description, search UK 18 and start saving today. Thanks once again to Trip.com for sponsoring this video, but right now it's time to get on board this wonderful train and head up to Leeds. Let's go. Oh, I love this old Intercity branding on it. The retro paint scheme is awesome, isn't it? Anyway, I have a reserved seat down in the other end of the train, so I better head back down that way. In first class, of course, coach M, seat 1. Let's get on board. And this is where I am sitting today. M1 on my own, where I belong. As we pull out at King's Cross perfectly on time, let's take a look at the route we'll be taking today. Starting at King's Cross at 10:33 AM, our first point of call after just 21 minutes will be Stevenage. Then travelling at speeds of up to 125 miles per hour, we'll reach Grantham, Doncaster, Wakefield Westgate, and finally ending our journey at Leeds at 12:47 PM. Total journey time, 2 hours and 14 minutes.
Checking all tickets, please.
And we're on our way, speeding out of London. I'm always surprised at how fast we reached M25, it's crazy. Anyway, yeah, this is a very nice seat. I have travelled in this seat before, I just realised this is the exact same seat that they have on Transport for Wales' Premier service, which is a great service as well, thanks in part to this awesome seat, so let's have a look around. So we have a couple of armrests. That one doesn't move, but this one does. Oh, it doesn't stay up unless you put it all the way up. Fair enough. That's probably just mine. I mean, they're quite old, so I'll kind of forgive that. You also have a slight recline, so you just push that in and lean forward, and you can relax for a little bit. Nice padding on the headrest with embossed first class. It's quite comfy, quite padded, unlike the awful headrest that they had on the Azumas, which, by the way, they seem to have got rid of. From what I'm hearing, they don't exist anymore, so I mean that's one good thing, because those were awful headrests. But now they just have the plain seat, so maybe they'll put something new in there eventually, I don't know. Then down here we have a standard UK style plug socket, which I can confirm does work. No USBs though, so bring an adapter. Also curtains at every seat. I have this little tiny window by myself here in seat M1, so I have that all to myself, although I can't see any curtains. Tell a lie, there are some right there. And then above each seat there are reservation displays as well, which doesn't seem to be working at this seat. I also have a little pocket here. I think that might be for like reservation tickets. There's a backup for if the little screens don't work, because it certainly doesn't fit my phone in it. Yeah, that's not what that's for. We also have a light switch, which is useful for when you're travelling at night, but not so much during the day like I am. They also have these information screens, so it's at the end of each carriage. It will show you some like real-time information about your journey, as well as some adverts and stuff as well. Oh, I didn't realise it's going to Skipton. I thought this train terminated in Leeds. That's interesting. In terms of seating options, you can even choose from a table of 4 facing each other, a table of 2 facing each other, or of course you've got single seats as well. If you'd like to take a trip on a 225 train rather than the newer Azuma trains, you need to be careful which train you book, because there are only 11 journeys per day in each direction that uses them. These are mostly only between London and Leeds, but there are a couple of services to and from York, and also one to Bradford. There's this great little website I found called 225 Group. I'll link down below, and they have the planned timetables for each one, but obviously it can change at short notice, or from operational reasons. So if you do want to actually find out if you want a 225 rather than a Azuma, a great little trick is to look at the seat map for the service. If you use the LNER website, they will tell you the seat diagram for each one. And if the first class seat map has a sort of staggered configuration where it's 2-1 on one side of the carriage and flips on the other half of the carriage, that's a 225 train. If it's 2 all on one side of the carriage and 1 on the other side of the carriage, that's an Azuma. So great little tip to find out what type of train you're actually going to be riding on. Also, when I arrived, I had this placemat and also this menu already on my table. Today we're on the dish menu. This is like the second tier of the menus. The top tier you've got dine, then second dish, third is deli, and at the bottom is brunch. Although there are a couple of services that are just labelled as snacks, so there are actually 5 levels of service. You can find out which menu is being served on which train on the LNER website, where they have this helpful PDF document. I will link to this in the description below. So, looking at the menu, I've had some of this stuff before, and I am so predictable, and I'll always go for the bacon roll. So I'm going to be unpredictable this time, and I'm going to go for the frittata with posh baked beans, because that sounds amazing. Can't wait to see what that's like. Not long after departure, the first class host came around taking breakfast orders.
Breakfast morning, and I'm available now. Bacon sandwich, sausage sandwich, and crumpets.
Oh, the what? Sorry, what was the last one? The crumpets?
Got 3 options.
Oh, do you not have the frittata left?
No, it's all got the frittata.
Oh, sorry. Okay, never mind. I'll have the bacon roll then, please.
Bacon chip, yeah. And did I get any fruit this morning?
Yeah, might as well take a banana. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
Good morning, Chris. How are you? Stevenage, you are in the train here. Please ensure you take my luggage and phase 1.
Well, as we're at Stevenage, I might as well just eat my banana. My breakfast arrived just as we were pulling out of the station. So the bread is nice and fluffy. Bacon is okay. It will fill a hole. It's not a frittata. It's just, yeah, unfortunately. But it's still good. It's good. I suppose maybe they ran out because I am in the literal last seat. I thought the catering thing would be here, but clearly it's between first and standards, but never mind.
Hello, would you like a drink?
Oh, yeah, can I have a cup of tea, please? So then tea comes out of a decanter rather than giving you an individual bag, so let's see how strong it is. Ooh, very strong. Ooh, quite nice, but I think for some people that would be too strong, but for me it's perfect. As you can see, the toilet is right there. So let's go do a quick loo review. Okay, so we've got a nice firm lock there. I like that. Got some coat hooks, and there is a toilet, and that's where the flush is hiding. There's toilet paper there, and do we have soap? Yep, soap exists, water exists, dryer. It's okay. Of course, this is just the standard loo. There's also an accessible loo, which I'll go check later in the journey as well. I hurt myself on the door.
We will shortly be arriving into Brampton. If you are leaving the train, please do take a good look around you. Check your whole luggage, onward travel.
That's interesting. There's a pub on the platform there at Grantham. That's cool. Also, I've just been getting another cup of tea whilst we've been waiting here as well. Yum. Oh yeah, an update on this thing. The train does terminate at Leeds, but that's wrong. I don't know why. I know the train this morning that is formed started in Skipton. So maybe that's why. After I've drunk all of that tea, I actually do need to use the loo now. So let's go check out the accessible one. So here's the accessible loo. You check the levels, soap, yes, water, works, and dryer. Basically the same as the other one. I prefer the larger ones because there's just more room to move around. Whereas the other ones are just sitting closed and you just can't move properly. So yeah, quite like it too. Oh, interesting. It's not a baby changing, it's nappy changing. Maybe they heard my feedback that baby changing just means you're swapping your baby for one that actually behaves itself. But nappy changing just sounds like what you actually do on the table. As I settle into my lovely comfy seat to enjoy the rest of the journey, let's take a look at the Wi-Fi situation. And wow, look at this! This is even faster than Avanti's brand new Evero trains, which have held the record for the fastest onboard Wi-Fi that I've tested so far. But it looks like we have a new winner in these 36-year-old carriages. Just arrived at Doncaster. Looks like we have a change of crew as well. This carriage has kind of got a bit emptier as well. I might actually move to a different table and get a bigger window. I like this plan.
Good afternoon, Crossing 1214 on your service Doncaster to Leeds, trying goes forward to Wakefield Westgate, just in 20 minutes time, due to arriving to Leeds, around 12:48, thank you.
Oh, I just noticed this seat doesn't actually stay locked to the upright position. So no matter what I do, it just slips down. Look, I'm not touching the button, and it's slipping. Old seats. A couple of other great points about this train actually. It stayed really nice and clean. I've actually seen a cleaner go up and down the train and pop into the loo, make sure that was clean and tidy. I don't think I've ever noticed that on any other train company before, like ever. I don't know if that's standard practice amongst other train companies that they have a separate cleaner to clean it, or if the regular train staff clean it, or if they even don't bother cleaning it. I don't know. But I liked seeing that, it was cool. And secondly, these lights on the ceiling, I like them. This are different colours, you've got a red and a purple, kind of sort of alternating, it's quite nice. It obviously doesn't have that much effect at the moment because it's daytime, but maybe at night time you get a sort of a little calming effect from that. Be interested to see what this carriage is like at night time, but that's a review for another day, shall we say. We have one more stop to make at Wakefield Westgate before we enter Leeds, but let's have a look at the prices anyway. So, as always, we look at the standard prices first and then go to first class. So for a super off-peak standard ticket, this counts the super off-peak time, it's £73.50. But you can get advanced tickets for £26.20. That's the cheapest I could find. Obviously the price will go up or down depending on how soon before you travel you book. In first class, flexible ticket counts as off-peak, and that is £215.90 for this journey. But you can get advanced tickets. The cheapest I found is £58.60. I actually paid £74 and I booked 2 weeks ahead of my travel. So you are paying more than double the potential advance price for this journey. I don't think £58 in the context of UK train tickets is an unreasonable amount of money for this. I wouldn't pay the flexible ticket. I think definitely £215 is too much, and I would definitely go for the advance fare. But these seats are awesome. I love these seats. I like this train, and it's going to be a shame when these are withdrawn from service. Maybe Transport for Wales can acquire some of these and run them on all of their Cardiff to Manchester services and their Cardiff to Holyhead services as well, rather than just selected ones. I know they've got brand new 197s, but come on. A 197 is nothing in comparison to this.
Good afternoon, trains are arriving to Wakefield Westgate. If you want to leave the train here, please ensure you take all items off luggage and place belongings. Right, we can pop the stable to the platform. Staff in warranty, we thank you for travelling with LNER.
Oh wow, how cool is that? A really old Southern Bell train. I'm gonna have to do that one day. One day I'm gonna ride on one of those types of services. It's the natural progression of this channel. That's where we're going. So what do I think of LNER's 225 first class service overall? Well, I definitely prefer them over the Azuma trains. The seats are better, the ambience is better, the ride quality is better. Overall, it's just better. The service will be the same regardless of whether you're travelling on an Azuma or a 225. I travelled whilst they were serving breakfast, but if you travelled with them at other times of day, you'd be offered the same hot food that I had on my previous Azuma trips. You can check out my previous review of the Azumas for full details of that. So what would I rank them out of 10? Well, if we look at the current rankings, the Azuma received 9 out of 10. Now, I can't give the 225s a perfect 10 out of 10 because GWR's Pullman service and Transport for Wales's Premier service provide better meals, so that means I can only give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's still a great score, but it only misses out on top marks because there is even greater out there.
Good afternoon, trains are arriving to Leeds. When the train will complete its journey, when leaving the train here, please ensure you take all items off luggage and place belongings. When lighting service, by the car from the train to the platform, the staff and board team will thank you for travelling with LNER Leeds in a few moments' time.
And we are in Leeds. That was a great experience. Yeah, it's going to be a shame when these trains are retired. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. And I want to give a massive shout out to all of my channel members who are scrolling on the screen right here. If you would like to join them, don't forget you can click that little join button down below and you'll be able to get access to all of my videos a week early, plus additional exclusive content. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Videos. I love watching.
Also, a big special thank you to subscriber Jake, who I've just met. He's a train manager for this train going back to London, so it's lovely to meet you as well.